Welcome, everyone.
Welcome for another episode of Mama Said It.
Yes, she did.
Yes. And the crowd goes wild. Come on in, everyone. Come on in. So glad that you can join us for another episode of Mama Said It. Today
Yes.
is August the 4th.
The 4th. Somebody's birthday is coming up.
Yes, it is. It is. It is somebody's birthday. A lot of birthdays coming up. We want to
Yesterday,
say,
shout out to Shakira Hicks.
oh yes, happy birthday.
Yes,
guys.
Leo. Yes.
Yes,
Leos,
to all the
Leos are
Leos
running
this month.
rampant. Yes. I said Leos is running rampant.
Yes, Leos is running rampant. Leos rules, right? Leos celebrate all month. We don't just take one day, we take the entire month. And we take some of everybody else's too. We just keep celebrating. Keep celebrating. How was your week this week, Shakira?
It was pretty good. No complaints. Nothing new. Last week was the last week of my son's summer program. So now I have both of them home, which is so much fun. Yes.
Woo, woo.
Hey, Jasmine. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Come on in. We have some great topics. Of course, we would like to say that anything that we say is allegedly on some of the topics that we are going to be discussing, but other topics that we're discussing is factual, right?
Yes.
And we want our co-hosts to please chime in. Your opinion, your suggestions, your remarks are very important to us. So please feel free to chime in. We're going to read your remarks, your comments, and we want you to indulge. Be a part of this family.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, Shakira?
Yes.
One of the things I must say this week, August is one of the hottest, I think, months of the year.
Yeah.
In New Jersey. We have had a lot of heat waves, and I don't know whether or not it's going to lighten up. We've seen 100-degree weathers the last few days. So,
yeah, I hope it lightens up. I like the heat. I take the heat over the cold any day. But I don't want to, be about to pass out outside. I don't want to do that. It's been unbearably like you can't breathe. Type of thing. Don't go outside, but hopefully it lightens up. It's supposed to rain for the next 4 days. 4 to 5 days. So that's probably going to, and it just rained here earlier. So
okay. But those of you who are joining us, please share. Please sharing is caring, right? So please care enough and share out the information that we are going to be sharing on this evening. I do want to say shout out to congratulations to the Olympics champions of 2024. We are so proud of the USA, right? Yes. I mean, they've been just going at it. Eight medals and 6 medals. I mean, the men was going. Everybody's doing good. I think from the United States. The United States cannot be displeased with the outcome of these athletes. They have really been given their all to represent.
Absolutely.
Been given their all to represent. Hey, Jasmine, thanks so much for joining. We are doing great. We're doing fine. Yeah, I vote for heat over cold any day. This week is supposed to be cool down some. Yes. Let's hope so. Sade, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Please don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. One of the things I do wanted to say with the athletes, I know that they're supposed to be hosting. I think it's supposed to be hosted in Philadelphia soon, right? In the next time of the Olympics, supposed to be in Philly. I believe.
Lord, I didn't know that.
I believe that's what I've been hearing. I don't know whether it's true. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
If I'm wrong.
All right.
Thanks so much for joining.
Hey, T.
Thanks for sharing, Sade. Thanks so much for sharing.
Well, that would definitely bring out a lot of tourists and everything else to Philly. Bring a lot of money to Philly. So
yes,
that would be good. That would be dope. I would like that.
Will be dope. I think so too. We're going to dive right on into some of our topics. One of the things I would like to say is Why do most lottery winners go broke and be worse off after winning? It's like crazy. They win money. Well, we know the government is going to take their share, right? They're going to take 30-40%. But then you have your responsibilities. Maybe you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car. So many different things come into place when people are winning these lotteries, but they becoming broke really fast. I remember it was a young lady in North Carolina or South Carolina. She had won for millions. I think it was like 200-300 million. I'm not even just exaggerating. It was a crazy number. And she had to keep bailing her boyfriend out of jail. It was
absolutely not. That's the problem. They don't know what it all starts at. I think we probably spoke about this before. There's no real etiquette in school to teach children how to manage money. So if you're not taught at home what to do, you are not going to do. If you can't even survive, if you're not able to manage $1,000, $1 million is not going to be no difference. It's going to be worse. So if you're not taught how to manage money and what to do, and then you get people, everybody, your cousin, hey cousin, I need this, and blah, 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 blah. Everybody and their grandma find out you got some money and everybody's borrowing. So it's definitely something that you have to sit down, have a planner, and really stick to it.
That's true. That's true. That is so true. Thank you, Dude, for joining. Those of you who do not know, we call him Dude, D-U-D-E, D-U-D-E, but that's Mike Ross. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yes,
yes, we up in here. We up in here. Now, Tiana had a comment, Shakira.
Yes, she said they don't know what to do with the money.
That's true.
That's exactly true.
That's true. And that's the sad part when they don't know what to do with the money. It becomes a little... I guess you'd be so shocked that you won the money. It's like, oh, I'm a millionaire now. I got all this money. You don't have to be worrying about anything. You have other problems, right? Other problems do come up, but it ain't gonna be a money problem. But I just want to share with you what a young lady said, the reason why people go broke. Let's listen to what she has to say.
3 reasons why lottery winners go broke. Number 1, tax. I mean, it's not very sexy for the lottery to mention that you may be required to pay up to 40% in tax. Lottery winners who choose to receive their money in a lump sum over installment payments can expect to receive around 60% of their winnings, not to mention other tax obligations like income tax and gift tax. Number 2, bigger houses, bigger bills. Fast cars, $1 million mansions equals higher insurance policies, higher bills, and maintenance fees. Lottery winners are frivolous spenders as they view money won very differently to money earned. They are more prone to spend big amounts of money impulsively, which adds up very quickly and racks up into huge debt. Number 3, sharing with friends. Guilt tripping from friends costs lottery winners millions. Little issues and gratefulness can quickly turn into jealousy, greed, and entitlement, even stealing, with close friends demanding more and more under the pretense that they would do the same in their situation. Moral of the story, if you ever win the lottery, get a tax advisor and don't tell anybody.
There you have it. There you have it. Don't tell anybody.
Keep it to yourself, okay?
That's going to be hard.
But it's a real funny. I don't know if you ever seen this. It was a skit by Mike Epps, and it was real funny. It was a guy named Bucky that grew up in the neighborhood. All him and his friends had went out and brought a lottery ticket each. Like they were all separate. Bucky ended up winning. They killed Bucky because they was like, oh, he was all happy. Oh, I won. I'm gonna break you off, and they broke him off. Okay, they buried him, and then they was going around investigating, and it was really funny. Go look it up. But your friends may not be your friends.
Yeah,
you got it. People will do many funny things for money. So you got to be very knowing who your circle is and trusting who your circle is, because that's true. It's very dangerous as well.
That is true. That's true. Sade.
Brianna said people aren't used to large sums of money, especially at once. They don't understand investing to get residual income from it. People think they cup never dries up. Yeah.
Yep, you're right about that. You're right about that. Now, let me ask you this. I want to ask our co-host this question. If you would have hit the lottery, which I'm praying that all of us get a chance to hit the lottery for millions, right? But let's say tomorrow comes, you hit the lottery for $1 million, or that $300 and something million that's up at stake right now. Would you take the annuity, or would you take the one lump sum? Would you take the annuity, or would you take the one lump sum? Yeah, I want to know. Jasmine says,
more money, more problems.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would take the annuity.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take the annuity.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I'm not saying I would mismanage my money, but I feel as though if you know that you're going to get a guaranteed 700,000 or whatever amount of money, you know, whatever the amount is, and you could just, you know, plan things out better. I don't know. What I think what would you do? Would you do the lump sum, or would
me and you had this discussion before? So I would weigh it out to see exactly, you know, what it looks like. You know, let's say from a standpoint of, say if it's $2 million or $3 million or whatever, that's not really a lot of money, because if you take the 20, 30%, 40% off the top, you know, you may be left with, say, $600,000. $600,000 is not a lot of money these days.
Yeah.
I know some people say, oh, what you mean it's not a lot of money? Well, when you look around at all the things that you may have to do, as far as maybe want a house, if you're renting, you might want to buy something. I think the worst thing that people do is when they get a lump sum of money, they don't purchase something with it. Then that means once they become broke, you don't even have anything that you can cash in, because you rented everything, you leased everything.
Yeah.
When you lease a car, you don't own it. When you rent a house, you don't own it. So one of the first things that I would do is buy myself some real estate. That's the first thing. And then perhaps if you don't, I wouldn't buy a new car for sure. I will always buy a used car, because as soon as you drive it off the lot, if it's brand new, it's going to depreciate immediately. But annuity, if it was $300 million, I would definitely take annuity. Now, if it was just a few million, I would take the cash.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I would agree with that. I will switch my answer up. If it's not that, if I'm not going to span it off and it'd be $10,000 a year, like I'm not going to do that. That's stupid.
Yeah.
But as far as, you know, if it's a large amount of money, like what the lottery normally is, like, you know, the crazy numbers, 200 million and all, yeah, then that's something different. But
because you take it like this, if it's over 20 years, that they're going to pay you the money over time. I mean, if you're getting $50 million a year, I mean, come on, really? Come on, that's a decent amount of income.
Yeah, that's very much a decent amount.
At least you know that for 20 years, you're going to be having an income. That's the important part. But of course, it's each individual's decision of what they would do. We don't have any responses. Who would take a one lump sum? Okay, so Sade says she'll take the lump sum.
Yes, she did.
Who gonna kill you, girl? Nobody ain't gonna kill you, child. You have to. You know, let me tell you something. One of the things I think when you are going to get some advice from a financial advisor, you know, you want to make sure that you are thinking about everything. If you don't have yourself a license or not licensed to carry, get yourself licensed to carry. Be responsible to be licensed to carry. Because if you have everybody else around you that are licensed to carry and you're not, how about if they turn on you? How about if they setting you up? You never know. You know, you always want to be on your P's and Q's about life, because the unexpected is unexpected. Unexpected happens, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brianna said life is short. Exactly.
Life is short.
Tiana said I would definitely take the annuity. And yes, I agree, Auntie. Purchasing a lot of real estate and investing. Absolutely.
Yes, honey. Yes. That's the way you do it. So even if you did, let's say for an example, God forbid, you know, sometimes things happen. You make some bad investments, you make some bad mistakes and choices, and you become broke. At least you have real estate that you can be able to cash in. Okay. But if you're not buying anything, I know a few people who have won the lottery, had $5 million, $6 million, ain't bought no real estate, haven't bought no car, leased everything, and is broke. So that's my advice. Now, I've had a lot of people, not a lot, but a few people who have won the lottery who came to me for financial advice. I led them in the right direction, and many of them are living off of their interest right now today. Okay, Jasmine, awesome. It would depend on the amount. Okay, yep, that's a good answer. Mm-hmm. Good answer.
Brianna said, if I had a license to carry, I would have been locked up.
You know what? I appreciate that, Sade, because you know what? Everybody don't know themselves. If you know that you are a trigger and you know that you go from 0 to 10 real quick, and that 10 may be off the Richter scale, you don't need to have a license to carry. You really don't. So knowing yourself is the key. Now, if you can control yourself, and that for me, it took a long time for me. I went to therapy as a teenager. So learning to control myself, my anxieties and things of that nature played a big part. But for the most part, I think people that go out here and get a gun, they think it's very easy. I don't think anyone should go and get a gun without being trained properly. You know, because it's not as easy as you think. Some people think that, you know, them KRs and all these different weapons that's out there that you can shoot, they have a lot of power behind them. You've been to shot your own self, and many people have done that too because they have power.
They're definitely powerful. Definitely powerful.
Kudos to you, Sade. I love it.
She said I would be popping caps at red lights. Jasmine said, I'm with Bree. I don't need the license.
No, y'all don't need the license at all. We want to send a shout out to our co-host, Linda Anderson. She was the one who brought that particular topic to light. So shout out to Linda Anderson for bringing that that topic to light. Now we're going to move on to something a little bit more. This I definitely want to talk about this because this has happened. I'm sorry for the pause.
It's okay.
This came, I know I was going to talk about this, was on the schedule to talk about today, but also Jasmine had also enlightened us on this topic too. A fatal tragedy of Terrence Howard in the hospital refused to help. What really happened? This is a football player. He got into a car accident recently, and he is tragically, fatally, he passed away. But before he passed away, I just want to share with you some footage from his parents, which is alarming. And I do want to say to those of you, this is going to be a sensitive moment, especially Sade, you're working in this particular field. You know firsthand how devastating something like this could be to any parent going through this.
They are killing my son because they want his organs. They want his organs. That's what they told me. They want his organs.
This is an organ trafficking company right here. It's a private organization and they traffic organs.
Former player Terrence Howard, 19, a graduate of Ridge Point High School in Missouri City, former University of Alabama student, was moving his belongings from Alabama to Durham when he was involved in a traffic accident. After exiting his vehicle to check on the other motorist, he was struck by a car. Howard was looking forward to a new football season at a new school. Those plans changed when he got into a minor car crash on I-85 near Salisbury, North Carolina, early Monday morning during a storm. According to his family, he got out of his car to check on the occupants of the other vehicle. After ensuring they were all right, he turned around and was hit by another passing vehicle. Howard's family says he suffered life-threatening injuries, including massive brain trauma, and is currently on a ventilator. This is where things hit a wrong turn. The family expressed their desire to transfer Howard back to Houston for better medical care and to be closer to them after 2 weeks of waiting for medical records to facilitate his transfer to a better hospital. They finally received the records. However, minutes later, they noticed his heart rate drop and alleged that doctors at Atrium Health Carolina's medical center in Charlotte administered something dangerous through his IV. His father, Bishop Anthony Allen, went live on Facebook, alleging that the doctors had put something in Terrence's IV to kill him. Howard's father was seen performing CPR on him, with no medical personnel assisting. He has been fine and stable. The moment we got ready to get him out of here and transfer him, they interfered. As soon as we got the medical records to give over to the doctors, they had somebody come in here and put something in his IV. Allen alleged that the hospital wanted their son's organs, and how the doctors was asking for his organs before he was even pronounced deceased.
Wow.
Okay, y'all, look. We're in the hospital right now.
If you want to watch this full video, search up Treacherous Crimes on YouTube.
Wow, that is a lot.
So sad. That's a lot, a whole lot.
That is a lot. You can find this on Instagram, YouTube, all across social media. It's just sad because we're hearing more of this, more and more and more of these hospitals and these innocent people not getting the proper care. It's scary. It makes you fearful to even go to the hospital. I'm just being straight up. I mean, even when I was ill and I'm still healing, I was scared. You know, it's those moments when you say to yourself, how about if you go and you don't come back? You know, my brother, God rest his soul, went into the hospital. This was back in the 80s, back in 88, actually. He walked into the hospital for an operation, signed his own self, all his documentation and forms. And within days, he was unresponsive. At that time, the hospital, Exit 9, they had a lot of students, medical students, and these students were in and out of his room. It was so bad. I was young, and anybody that knew me back from way back in the day, I was a lot to deal with. And, you know, I was displaced out of the hospital because of so much that was going on. Luckily for my godmother, she got me back in the hospital. But I want to say that even at that moment, it was just an uncomfortable feeling of being unsure. And then when they come and tell you that your child is brain dead, I'm going to show a video later about a doctor who said there's no such thing as being brain dead. And he's got a lot of conversation that we need to look into, because you just never know when this could happen to any of us. It can happen to any of us, and we just have to be aware. But my condolences is out to his parents. This is just a sad tragedy. It's sad.
It is. It's definitely sad, and especially when you can't necessarily, I won't say trust the medical field, because everybody's not bad, right? You know, there's good people, there's bad people, there's good nurses, there are bad nurses, good doctors, bad doctors.
Right.
But advocating for yourself, making sure somebody's with you, knowing that I'm on top of what they, you know, their vitals. What's their vitals? When they know that somebody is on them like that, they're less likely to do anything because they don't want to jeopardize their license. But when they feel as though that they can do whatever, or if other arrangements been made for organs, I don't know. I don't know what the case may be. But, you know, just praying and staying close to the vest with God is the best bet. You know, that's
and the sad part is they called the police on the family.
Yeah.
They called the police to have them removed from the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, which is like, you mean I'm trying to save my son, and now you're calling the hospital for the police officers for me to be removed from the hospital where my son is. That, you know, for most people, that would put them over the edge.
Yeah.
You know, they would put them over the edge where they wouldn't even care. And you worry about why there's so much suicide and murder by suicide. It's just a tragedy.
Yeah.
Unalive. Sorry.
Unalive. Yeah. Unalive.
Thank you so much for reminding me of that.
Yes.
Brianna
said prayers to the family. She said sometimes family dealing with traumatic situations believe things may not have actually occurred. Grief or trauma leads to denial, anger, and looking for someone to blame. But I do know that you always have to have family there to advocate for you when you are unable. God, please be with this family.
Yes, absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Because
we don't know all sides. You know, we only know what is being posted.
But when you think about it, what possibly, if a person is in a situation where they're seeking medical care and they're at your mercy, what possibly could the family have done other than try to seek for medical healing for their loved one? I mean, I don't understand. I can't.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying we only know a clip of what the situation is.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how worse do you think the family? What do you think the family did that caused this tragedy? I mean, we can't say the family is. I don't think the family is at fault. Period.
No, nobody's saying. I'm not saying that the family's at fault. What I'm saying to maybe build off of what Brianna is saying, but also we spoke about this before. You have to be conscious of how you talk to people, how you deal with people. These people have your child and they're dealing with their teachers, whoever. You have to be. You can't be nasty, or not to say that they were, but we don't know what transpired. We only know live footage of what they recorded, but we don't know what happened 20 minutes before. We don't know what happened 20 minutes after the camera stopped rolling. Right. So I don't want to pass judgment and say that it's anybody's fault, because we don't know. We only know. That's the only downfall with social media, is that you see lump-sided information.
Yeah.
Because we don't know. You get what I'm saying? We have no clue. We only know what one narrative is giving, but we don't know the other side. We don't know if the doctor said, well, we explained to them that this, that, and the third was happening, and maybe they didn't say that in their video. You get what I'm saying? We don't know.
You don't know.
So, we don't know.
I do want to shout out to Dottie is listening. Dottie's on with us, and Linda Anderson is also on with us. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us. I do want to say that the lady from North Carolina, okay, she's talking about the lottery. Okay, Linda, thank you so much for chiming in on that. Jasmine said, so tragically how we treated this medical system and how sad it was to see this young man lose his life after checking on the after parties of the accident. That's true. That is so true. I mean, he's checking on somebody else and he inadvertently gets unalived. This is heartbreaking. Once you start recording the evidence, now you're a threat. So true. Evidence is the key. And recording is the key. I tell people all the time, get yourself some recording, get the technology that you need so that you could be able to record to show evidence. Because without evidence, there might not be a case. Sade, transporting a critical patient is difficult and anything is possible. Medications can cause an adverse effect and happens quickly. Okay, I can definitely agree with that. Yes, that's true. That's true. But I think when you're looking in the room and you only see his family and his parents are there doing CPR on the patient, on their son, and there's no nurses, no doctors, no one in the room with them. It's like
that part is crazy.
You know, no one's in sight. You know?
Yeah. That part is very alarming, because we don't know why another nurse or whoever wouldn't step in. But I mean, just not playing the advocate, right, for the hospital. But what if they're trying to help and they say, get your hands off my baby? You don't then try to proceed to help. You know, you would just stand off. I would imagine. I don't know. I'm not a medical professional.
Right.
You know, if they feel that the doctors or whoever had done harm, they may have tried to help them before the video started rolling and don't touch my baby. Don't touch, don't do nothing else. Because I mean, I'm imagine if, you probably is like, I don't want you touching nothing else because something ain't right. And I don't trust you.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's crazy. Yeah. It's one of those situations where you just they have to be the voice for their son. He's not here anymore from our understanding. So they have to be the voice for him.
Yeah.
And I'm just praying that it all comes out. But I do know that it's been some weird stuff going on. It was an incident where there was a gentleman, I'm sorry, I don't have his name offhand, but he was in high school and he was rolled up in a mat.
Oh, yes. I remember that case. And they said it was that he unalived himself, which I don't know how
could you
how
roll
that's even
yourself up in
possible. Huh?
And then all his organs were gone.
Yeah. But they said that he did it to himself. That was the story that they were stating.
They tried to tell you that was the situation, but people that are doing dirt like this and making it it's a devastating situation for families to have to go through such a tragedy. It's like, how do you cope? How do you move on from there?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
She said, yes, that situation was definitely foul play.
Yes, I totally agree. For some reason on my page, Linda, on my page, Dorothy, we're not seeing the messages on my page. I don't know if anybody on your page, Plum, and you're not seeing their messages, but I can't see the messages from my page in the back.
Okay, let me go on.
Yeah, I can't see. So forgive us if we can't see your messages. Just forgive us. Forgive us. So we're going to move on to our next topic, which I think...
we do have some more. Oh, wait, no, we don't. I'm sorry. My apologies.
We do?
No, we don't. Sorry, you read them.
Okay, we're going to change gears here real quick. Pastors are announcing their support for president. Should this be separated from the church? Now, our co-host, I just want to know, should the churches get involved with the politics?
They don't want the politics involved in the church. You have to pick a side. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying that. I mean, it's a sticky situation because we want it to be in a certain way as far as what we want as Democrats, what they want as Republicans. So their Republican side, maybe their church, but this is my question. What churches are doing this? And is it just Democrats?
Well, there's a lot of churches that are just coming out.
But I'm saying, is it Republican as well, or is it just a Democrat side?
It's both sides. Let's take a listen. I can show you right now. There's both sides that are having this same approach.
Okay.
The same approach, unfortunately, and it's making a person, I'm going to talk about Trump's side, and I want to talk about the Democratic side and the Republican side. I don't want to be biased on either side. So here we go.
How qualified does a black person have to be? Graduated at the top of her class at Howard, went to law school, was Attorney General of a state, a United States Senator, a Vice President of the United States, but she's not qualified?
This representative from Tennessee, he called her a DEI candidate. And then they start calling her colored. Then they start calling her out of her name. And as a black man, I can't let no white man talk about no sister like that. And I not take offense to it. Because who is more disqualified than Donald Trump? And Republicans are all in because he is the avatar for their grievance. I'm all in.
Now that was from Reverend Terry K. Anderson. So now we're going to hear from another side.
Okay.
It's getting a little sticky here. It's getting a little sticky here, I must say. I want to hear from the other side, so excuse me for just a moment.
Came to a church that is in a Democratic stronghold. He came to a church to listen to average, everyday Americans like you and like me. He came to a church not to speak to us, but to listen to us. He came into a church, and a lot of people, they were upset. A lot of people, they would ask me questions. Why would you allow Donald Trump to come into your church? How many know that the Bible says we are all sinners and we all need the grace of God? How many know that the Bible says, he who has not sinned, let him cast the first stone? President Donald Trump, he came during his birthday weekend. Let me ask you a question. Grand old party, what would you do for your birthday if you were worth $6.7 billion? What would you do for your birthday? Would you come to Detroit? Would you come into the hood? He came to the hood because he cares about average, everyday Americans.
There you have it from Pastor Lorenzo Fool. Okay, so you have both sides speaking about their church and who they're running for, who they're supporting.
No, I don't think. I go to church to hear about God. I don't go to church to hear about who you think I should vote for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it should be separate. I think that they both laid it on very thick equally about who they felt as though, should be president of the United States. They both had good, I won't say good points, but you get what I'm saying? Like they both evenly, hey, he went on his birthday to the hood.
He went to the hood.
He went to Detroit. But the thing of it is that because they're trying to sway people to vote a certain way, they're not even saying the importance of voting. You should go out and vote. They're trying to persuade you to vote for a certain party, which I don't agree with.
Yeah.
So that would be but it shouldn't be talking. I don't go to
have
church
any of my co-hosts, have you been to church? And I just want to ask the personal question. Have you been to church? Do your pastor support a certain candidate? Do your pastor support openly now? This is openly. If he's saying it in church, it's openly, right? Mm-hmm. Is he supporting a certain candidate? If he is, who is he supporting? Who is your pastor?
Putting them on blast, sweet Jesus. Brianna said, church should be separate. Faith is personal choice. Government is dictated to us. She also said the black pastor is speaking on race. I don't hear no religious reasoning. Exactly. I didn't at all.
The black pastor is speaking on religion. He brought a little Bible in there.
He ain't talk about nobody Bible. The second pastor.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I thought you said the first pastor
talked about the Bible.
Yeah, the second pastor he did
talk about DEI.
Yeah, he talked about DEI and how qualified she was. He didn't mention anything about God.
No.
He took it personally and brought it to the church. That's what that was.
But in other words, he's saying, and I understand his point. Donald Trump is now saying that she didn't even pass the bar. That's what he's saying. Like, are you kidding me? That's just like you saying Obama is not a citizen. When is it going to stop? It's like
he's not going to stop. He's never going to stop. He's never going to stop. Jasmine said, I feel like as a part of the community, the church has the right to encourage its members to vote, but I don't agree on telling the members who to vote for. Then you have Donald Trump addressing Christians and trying to sway the vote, because he definitely did that. She also said, I don't know about him caring about average everyday Americans. Let's not do too much. Laying it on thick. Tiana said, church is about hearing the word. It shouldn't have anything to do with politics. Exactly. Like, I don't. The second Brianna said the second pastor actually provided religious backing on his reasoning and support, but both shouldn't be speaking on this on Sunday service. Trump probably gave him a large donation. I do believe that.
Probably so. Now let me read a comment from Linda. Linda Anderson. She says that this has always been the case. Candidates come to visit churches and give remarks and give money as well. Obama never liked this practice. Trump should have been visiting black churches, but he is a liar. He is a liar and an opportunist. Now that came from Linda Anderson. She also went on to say, my pastor speaks about voting and rights and talks about both parties. He focuses on rights and how we are treated. Now, you know what? I like that, because if you're talking about both candidates equally, pointed out good and bad. That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, every pastor, you're a leader. That's what you're a leader for, is to lead your flock to what you feel is right. And that's what pastoral leadership is about, is making sure you're leading your flock in the right direction. So we know that some of these pastors are being very vocal. Mm-hmm. They're not holding back. I mean, some of these pastors is going, they going off. Mm-hmm. I said, and some of them are cussing. Now we already know about Pastor Matthew,
the cussing pastor.
Yeah, he was the first opened cussing pastor I knew. Because normally the pastors, they might cuss behind the scene, but they're not out openly with it. But him, he do not give a darn.
At all.
At all.
Rihanna said, "Ma, why you throw Linda under the bus like that?" LOL. Now Trump gonna be holding a KKK presidential rally outside her home. Prayers for Miss Linda.
Oh my God, Miss Linda ain't scared. Honey, she ain't that's one thing about Miss Linda. She is not scared
at all. No,
she is not scared. But so I guess no one is it. Are we saying that our co-hosts don't go to church because we don't have no? What's going on?
I can speak on me. I personally do not recall a sermon that was directed on voting.
Yeah.
Or okay. It may have been bits and pieces of what's currently going on, but related how it relates to whatever scripture we're going over.
Yeah.
So but not necessarily anything to say you should go vote this way, you should go vote that way, or anything like that. So
right. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's quite interesting. I do have a question that I would like to ask our co-host and also to you, Shakira. Okay. Kamala Harris, she hasn't announced who is going to be her running mate. Who will Vice President Kamala Harris choose as her running mate for the White House?
Flavor Flav,
Shakira.
I don't know. I don't follow politics to that degree. I really don't. So I have no idea. I heard about Shapiro or somebody like that, or I don't know who any of these people are, to be honest. I don't know. I was hoping she was going to get the sister that, well, I know this is not, I won't say it's not possible, but the girl that has said blonde, butch, built body. How did she say it? Bad build, blonde, beach blonde, beach
I
blonde.
Remember.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes,
that would have been definitely awesome, okay, because she is hilarious. But I don't know. I mean, and to be honest, who really, I mean, not to say that vice presidents are not important, because they are. Obviously, look where she is right now, right? But don't nobody, I mean, really if co-host, please help me out. How many vice presidents can you name out of all the presidents that we had? Because I can name 2.
Vice president?
How many vice presidents that you can know them by name?
Oh, that's a good question.
Exactly. I know Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. That's it. I don't know who Bill Clinton's vice president was. I don't know who Bush vice president. Huh?
I mean, I'm trying to think because it's been a while ago.
Yeah,
that's a good question. That's a good question because normally the vice president sometimes become the president at some point.
Yeah, but I mean, not to say that their job is not important, but who remembers them? Nobody, unless you're in a situation like this. Not being funny. Shout out to all the vice presidents, but let's be real. Nobody's remembering these people.
Well, Pence, we remember Pence. Pence. He
went against Donald Trump and disowned him at the end. So those are the 3 that I know. Okay, I don't know nobody else. Yeah, so
you don't know any other vice presidents?
No, couldn't name them. Have no idea. I couldn't even name all the presidents. I know that sounds horrible too, but I don't know anybody. I mean, if you name all the presidents, sweet people, that's really kudos to you. I ain't been here that long on Earth to know all the to know every last president. But
I think she's going to name Josh Shapiro.
Now, who is he? Is he the one from PA?
Yes.
Okay. I heard about.
I mean, because you know what? Thinking about it like this. This is my theory. Okay, she's supposed to be coming to Philly on Tuesday. Okay. To do a campaign, and also that's the same day she's going to announce her running mate. Why would you come to Pennsylvania in somebody else's territory, not
to name somebody else,
and pick somebody else?
Yeah,
it wouldn't make sense. So that's why I really think it's him. And he canceled all his appointments that he had for the week. You know, maybe to be there for her, to greet her on Tuesday. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see who is her running mate. But I like the guy. I think he's great.
Okay, I got to read up on him. I have no idea. I know his name. I heard his name before, but I'm not really familiar with anything that he's doing.
Yeah.
So, but Brianna said, no, I don't hear that from my quarterly visit. Talking about church.
She goes to church four times a year.
Well, I can't. Throw us under the bus again, Mom. You gotta be stopped today. I was right under the bus.
Sorry, I don't mean to throw nobody under the bus.
Jasmine said, "Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body, a staple in my vocabulary."
A bleach blonde, bad built, butch body.
Yes,
now that right here, and she used all B's.
She has been asked on different interviews, where did you come up with, like, was that just on the spot, or did you have that like ready for her? She said it came on the spot, because that's how good we are as Black people. I'm sorry, I'm gonna love on our people. We are the most quickest, slickest. Okay, we come up with the most craziest stuff. Okay, to say to somebody to have you stumped, and it definitely stumped her because she had nothing to say.
Yeah.
So that was a hilarious moment.
That's true.
Tiana said, "Those are the two I know." Listen, thank you, T. That's all I know. She said, Brianna said, "Shakira, now you throwing us under the bus." I went to the nurse during history class. I did too. I was right in it. I have no idea.
Oh, you went to y'all got excused when it was history time.
Excuse. I don't know the vice presidents.
That's a shame. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to read Linda's comments as well. Okay. Linda says, another topic in Olympics, gender-based boxing. A transgender female who was born male won in boxing from the USA. Yes, we got to talk about that. That was crazy.
Oh, wow.
You know what? Listen, they need their own category. Period.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, why are we not speaking up about this?
I don't know. We need to.
How could you put a transgender in a woman and compete? Come on now, that's not right.
That's not fair.
That every person who competed, that other boxer should file a lawsuit. She shouldn't even sign the box.
I wouldn't have went up there. It wouldn't have been no swinging on me.
No,
sir. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say sir, but yeah, that's not cool at all.
Linda said, Josh Shapiro. Yep, I agree. Congresswoman Jasmine Cricket from Texas. Huh?
Yes. Is that the same? Okay, I remember
they
her.
Ain't gonna have no two women. In the
no, that's absolutely. I don't think
that ain't gonna happen.
They definitely
getting away with one if we could do it.
Yeah. So, but yes, I remember her. She's very, very good. She's quick.
Now, Linda is also naming some of the vice presidents. She probably looked it up because she's at the computer. No, I'm just joking. But she says George Bush, Al Gore, Lyndon Johnson, Dan Quayle. She said Black women clap back. Okay. There we have it from Linda Anderson.
Rihanna said, yes, that was terrible. I support the alphabet crew. Lord knows I do, but that is foul. I would pull out my mace and ran for my life.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
That is crazy.
That's not fair at all.
And Brianna also said, ain't no man about to beat my butt in a wig and fake coach.
Dude, okay, let's ask our co-host. Do you feel as though transgender, whether male or female, should be in the same category as male and female? No. Do you think transgender men or women, transgender man or woman, should be in the same category as a biological man or biological female? Should they be in the same category in sports, or whatever category it is? Should they be competing in the same category?
No,
just
absolutely
curious.
not. Because Brianna also said would have went from boxing to track real fast.
No, that's right.
And she answered your question and said, heck no.
Heck no. Okay.
Tiana said, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay.
Absolutely.
Maybe we should start a petition. Maybe there needs to be a petition that's going against this, because this is truly not right.
Absolutely. It's not right at all. Brianna said the genetic makeup isn't equal. It's not.
It's not equal.
It's not equal. Okay.
And fighting, if you get a man and a woman to fight, the man is going to be more masculine and is probably going to win, even though there's a lot of women out there that is very masculine and can tear a man's behind up. However, the numbers are against the women, because there's more men out there that is more masculine than women and can tear up a woman behind.
Yeah.
And also the genetic makeup is not equal. That's correct, Sade. I totally agree with you. And just from sports, mainly I think our trouble is in sports.
Yeah, but once they cross over, and now I bet you if the NFL mess around and have a transgender on the NFL woman, then it's gonna be they're gonna start petitioning, because if she get knocked down and knocked off her choo-choos,
let me tell you something. They ain't gonna have no mercy on
her. I feel like because they haven't tapped into the market that's going to be like, we not doing that. NFL, NBA, NFL definitely, because that's a contact sport. So I can't see how that would be allowed, in my opinion.
Yeah, boxing I can't see it being allowed. Kickboxing I can't see where it's allowed. It's crazy.
Jasmine said absolutely not. I agree with Bree.
Absolutely.
Brianna said, Mom, the alphabet people would get you blocked. No position. We need Mama Said It to make it to Hollywood. Listen, that's one group that you do not listen. I'm telling, they will get you canceled fast in a hurry.
What, the transgender group?
Yes.
I'm not hating on them. I just think
we're not. No, but you know that they listen. Maybe we hold off.
I am not hating on no transgender, but I'm not backpedaling saying that they don't need to be in the same category.
No, I think they definitely should have their own set of categories.
They should still exist. Yes. They should have their own rights. Yes. They should love whoever they want to love. Yes. They should be whoever they want to be. Yes. But should they be competing with biological women and men in the same category? No. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah. Brianna said NBA and NFL has nothing currently to stop women from joining. Oh, they don't. I wonder why. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it started trickling in.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Well, some of the WNBA, I don't know why they don't cross over and just go and tryouts for the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're complaining about the pay is not the same. They're being, prejudiced with the wages. So why not just cross over and just go and join the NBA or the NFL? I can't imagine them being on the NFL team. They would really tear their ass up.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Jasmine said there was a transgender boxer that got knocked out in the first 20 seconds, was not equipped to fight a biological man.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Are you saying that there was a transgender woman?
There was a transgender boxer that got knocked out.
They got
knocked out in the first 20 seconds, was not equipped to fight a biological man.
Ain't no way.
It's not. I'm sorry. It's not the same.
And you know what? Because that man wanted to prove a point. He was going to knock the hell out that guy anyway.
You want to come over, because I feel like it's so much of an attack on women, on men. As far as, instead of it just being, I want to be this is who I am. It's more. It's not more so. It's like forcing it upon people. More so of like, you better like me. You have to like me. You just have to respect me. Meaning that you don't try to do no harm to me, but I don't have to like you. I don't have to like what you do. I don't have to do any of that. But I feel like that particular community, they have a point to prove, and they're going about. I feel like they should advocate for themselves and make their own group.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like you're saying that you want a place in the community, right? But make your own place. You get what I'm saying? Male boxing has its own category. Make transgender male, transgender female its own category, and that would be the end of all that.
I would support it.
You're trying to cross over and prove a point, not to say all, but I am a man, I am a woman. Well, when you get in that ring, it may be totally different.
Yeah, and now they're having them to come into the ladies' bathroom. Look, I'm not feeling that.
No,
I'm not feeling going into a bathroom and then have some. I'm not feeling that. Okay, coming in that bathroom, it would be don't do it.
I feel like, in my opinion, it leaves an invitation to pedophiles to just say, I'm transgender, and this is why I'm in here. And they're looking at your little girl or looking at your little boy in the bathroom. I feel like it leaves too much room for that community to just walk around and function without being detected.
A lot of errors.
And that's the part that because I don't care what you do, what you call yourself, what you want to be, what you identify as. That's your business. I have nowhere to put you. I have no judgment. Everybody is out here doing their own thing in life. Okay. But the moment that you're putting other people in awkward situations, because what do you do if you go in the bathroom with your child and you got your little girl with you, and it's a man walks in and it's obviously a man, but he has a wig on? Like, what do you do? And he says, I identify as a woman. At that moment, what do you like? I'm out. I'm not about to argue with you or anything like that. We can go to another bathroom. Okay, baby, you can hold it or listen, do whatever you got to do, because we ain't about to be in here.
If my child got to go to the bathroom and I'm in that bathroom, we going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
It's gonna be whatever it's gonna be, and I'm not.
Well, I know that me and you are different with confrontations, and I'm not I know we're different in that way. So for me, I'm not going to talk to that individual. I am just going to walk out with my child and find another restroom. And I'm going, because what are you going to do? Because at the end of the day,
I'm not confrontational either.
I ain't saying you're confrontational, but you definitely will bring the noise if necessary.
You think I'm confrontational, Shakira? Seriously? Be honest.
I think you would rock somebody's snot box if they tried you. Yes, I do. Wow. I think if they get in your space, if I know my mother will defend and if it was me, if it was your grandchild, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I understand that about you. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But for me, I know that this is something that it's not like it's not allowed. Transgenders, individuals are allowed to say, I identify as a woman, and that's why I'm in a woman's bathroom, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can do your personal thing, but legally, it's nothing you can do about it. Right. So rather than have that go back and forth, I'm just leaving with my child and going to another bathroom because I'm now feeling uncomfortable. So I'm not even going to go that route. I'm just going, but that's just me. So let me see. We do got some comments. Brianna said they're going to make Mama said I was a boy, but my name Susan podcast and come for y'all. They don't be playing. Listen, we don't want no problems. We don't want no smoke.
We don't want no smoke.
We're giving our opinion. Our opinion is like,
we don't want no smoke. But I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. But we don't want no smoke. But I say what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna stand on 10 toes on it.
Brianna said, then they will want to charge trained professionals with hate crimes for knocking the boxers or bras off of them. Yes, like I don't understand. You get in this position, you want to fight a man, you get knocked out, now it's a hate crime. And that's the other part that I don't understand. I mean, maybe somebody can clue me in, and I understand that it is very real, it's very dangerous for those individuals that's living that lifestyle.
It is.
But just because I do not like your lifestyle does not mean I hate you or it's a hate crime. I don't have to like you. I don't have to, and not to say that I don't like or dislike. It ain't none of my business. I could care. That's not my, I could care less.
Right.
But they would say that it's a hate crime. You signed up to box a man.
A man.
It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense.
I just think people need to be whoever they are and be at peace with it.
Absolutely. Let me see. Jasmine said, "This is all a road to accept functional pedophilia."
Yeah. Just like that furries, the furries.
Brianna said, "We can't stop them. There are men looking at little boys in the men's room and vice versa. That's the least of our worries."
Oh, child.
Yeah. Tiana said, "Not confrontational, auntie, but you'll definitely pull someone muffin top cat back if you need to." Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be in that situation.
You don't go looking for nothing, but if somebody like that, I don't never
look for trouble. I'm not a trouble person.
That's not what I'm saying.
Never
I'm not saying that at all.
But I mean, if I'm in the bathroom with my grandchildren and somebody come in there that's looking like they don't supposed to be in there, then I'm gonna ask them, "Could you leave until I'm finished with my grandchildren?" Period.
And what if they say? And what if they be like, "No, because I identify as as whoever"?
Then we'll just part 2. You'll hear about it. That's all. No comment.
No comment. Brianna said, "I also go to I always go to family restrooms when with Brianna." Yeah, because if I'm out, I never really had to go to the bathroom or take them to the bathroom so far. Yeah. While we were out, it's kind of like if you go to the bathroom,
never leave my child to go to some bathroom by themselves. I don't care what age they are. That's not 16 years old. I'm coming in there with you.
No, who said they leaving them by themselves?
I'm just saying. It's just so.
You're just saying in general. Yeah, yes. No. I know, but I'm saying as far as because my kids are toddlers, if somebody go to the bathroom, we're going home. We're not going to nobody's restroom. Oh yes, that's the rule. When we out. If you could go poo poo or whatever, it's okay. Time, date is over. Whatever we doing is over. If we out, that's just what it. Because I personally feel the changing tables is out in the open. In a lot of places, some of them are in the handicapped bathroom, but some of them is out in the open.
Yeah.
I would rather just go home.
Wow.
That's just me personally.
Yeah. I can understand.
I hope I'm not the only one that would go all the way home because somebody used the bathroom.
I wouldn't.
I would. Let's see. Jasmine said there was a poll from a father asking if women felt uncomfortable if he came into a woman's room with his daughter because of transgender bathrooms, and they attacked him, saying he doesn't belong in there. Do what you need to do in order to protect your children. Stand by the door and make your presence known. If you're not harming anyone, then I'm okay with it.
Exactly. Amen. Second that.
I agree with
Jasmine,
that. Yeah.
You're right on point.
Mm-hmm. I've had men ask me if I wouldn't. I'm guessing she said if I would watch their daughter in the restroom. Because I've seen that as well too.
Yeah, me too.
My daughter's in there. Can you,
Yeah, me too. Definitely. Yeah. That's happened a few times for me.
Yeah. She also said the transgender community likes to use the word discrimination loosely.
Really? Do they really?
You gotta read on it.
Wow. And I have a lot of transgender. Shout out to my transgender community, my LBQT. Shout out to all of y'all. Love is love.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in nobody's bedroom.
No.
I'm trying to be in my own bedroom getting down. So I don't got time to be dealing with somebody else's.
Brianna said, yeah, but I do feel like us as Black people put the racism card just as much as they yell hate crime.
Wow. Now I want to say that Miss Linda said that cat lovers support Vice President Harris, she says. And she says that most transgender athletes, I'm guessing, they take steroids.
Yeah, but they still.
She said you are objective, not confrontational. Thank you, Miss Linda. Okay, next message.
Jasmine said, Mom, confrontational may be a little strong, but protective for sure. Is all the way. It's all the way on site. Yeah, all is on site. Shakira ain't using anyone's public restroom. She know. I don't. It has to be really bad if I gotta go to the bathroom and I'd be like, it's time to go.
I use the restroom.
That's fine. But I will run home and go to the bathroom and go back out. And I've done that.
And go all the way back, depending on where you are. Come on. Depending on where you are.
Usually, well, you know me, and anybody that know me. I don't go far from the house. So I'm usually about 15 minutes away at all times. So unless it's if I have my kids, I definitely it's time to go.
Right.
It's time because I feel like people are watching. I don't know. My head be on a swivel. So if I don't have somebody with me, usually when I go out with my children, if I have both of them, I usually have somebody with me. I'm not just going out there alone because this world is crazy. But if that's not the case, we're going home.
Yeah.
we're
Sade made a great point. She made a great point.
She said, I do it just because I am a woman with a son. I don't think he belongs in a public restroom with all women. They can be predators too. Yeah, absolutely. They're out here looking.
Sometimes it's good just to go to a restroom where there's only one stall. So,
yeah, the family restrooms, those are one stall,
Yeah, it's only one, really so you don't have to worry about the craziness and everything that can go wrong.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's sad that we live in a world where it's like this, but it's one of those situations. This is where we are. But I do want to send a shout out to two gentlemen who saved a little girl this past week. And some of you may have heard, this is a little bit of good news, I should say. I believe it was in Connecticut. And this little girl was crossing the street and they was in their barbershop. And they just so happened, these two guys here, they just so happened to see the little girl coming out, passing their barbershop, and they ran out and saved her from a major intersection highway.
Oh, wow.
So their names are, I'm going to say, Esguado, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Lugo, and Rafael Santana. Now, Lugo is on the left, and Rafael Santana is on the right. They own a barbershop. And if you can go to their Instagram page and you can follow them, is OB the Barber on Instagram. OB the Barber on Instagram. I thought that this was something that they did to save this little girl from being possibly hit by a car. And this is actually the incident of the little girl running past and them seeing the little girl, see how they looked, and they looked out the window, they seen the little girl, and they immediately went into action. They run out the door, full speed ahead after the little girl, and look how close she's close to the interception. And they rescued her. Mother's nowhere in sight. I think the mother was somewhere in the facility, but they actually was able to save the little girl. So shout out to two heroes who did a phenomenal job in rescuing that little child from what could have been devastating.
Yes,
so kudos to them. Please, I'm going to put their information in the comment section. If you can go to the Instagram page, follow them, give them a thank you. I think that was such good news. Sometimes you want to see some good news. We're reporting so much bad information and bad things that's going on in the course of a week. It's good to hear something good that's happening.
Yes, absolutely.
Can you believe a whole hour and 9 minutes that went by already?
I know. We have two more comments. Brianna says, Shakira, I understand you can catch anything from these toilets. You can even catch roaches.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait,
she be knowing. Listen, she knows. Like I don't. We both roaches like that. Me and Brianna. These bathrooms, public bathrooms, depending on what public bathroom you go to. But if I go in there and smell, I'll be ready to go home. I'd rather be at home. I'd rather be at home. Like, I remember, I'm not going to say which hotel, but I'm going to say it was a hotel in Princeton. Okay. It was a hotel in Princeton I worked at. Very elite hotel. Okay. Top-notch hotel, according to them. Okay. Their rooms was about $500-$600 a night on a weekday. Okay. Rooms as old as Methuselah. Okay. Oldest rooms I ever seen. Harriet Tubman probably had a room there. Okay. They never updated it or anything. They had the biggest roaches I ever seen in my life. I had to quit. I ain't never bring no purse in there.
What?
I ain't never bring no bag. I ain't even want to wear a jacket. The biggest roaches, okay? And not just in the bathroom. They were everywhere. And it was elite places. So they be everywhere. So no. If I ain't clean in the bathroom, no. If it is not at my family's house or something, it's dangerous out here. You put your purse down, you take some gift home. No,
wow, that's crazy.
Jasmine said kudos to them for stepping in. It really takes a village. Did you see the couple that intercepted an attempted abduction in front of their home? I'll send you the link. Okay, yes, please send it to us. I don't think I've seen that one.
What's that?
She said that it was a couple that intercepted an attempted abduction in front of their home.
Oh, really?
She's going to send the link.
Oh, yeah, please do. Oh, yes. My goodness, that's crazy.
Yes, Tiana said public bathrooms are hideous. Exactly. The public bathrooms you be like, oh, God, no. Brianna said you can catch anything except the Holy Spirit, Mom. Squats always. Exactly.
Oh, my
Hashtag keep your cat safe, ladies.
Very.
I'm telling you. Why and that
padlock.
That yes, listen, padlock, everything. Like and they be like, oh, put the little what's that? The thing that you put on the toilet seat? That's
the
not
cover. You got to lift that thing up. You lift that toilet, get a piece of tissue and lift that toilet seat up. Sometimes it be black up underneath.
You ain't gonna have that splat. Never mind. That's too graphic. Anyway, Jasmine said hotels are some of the dirtiest and contaminated places. Yes,
they are. That's why you always got to bring your own cleaning supplies.
Yes, black light if you have to, ladies.
Yes, I agree.
Brianna said the covers have roach eggs. Oh, sweet Jesus!
Oh my God!
Listen, you got to bring the disinfectant and everything. Spray everything down. Listen, if you know somebody that worked there, try to get the history of the room. Something.
Wow. Now, Miss Linda has a comment. She says, when I was at the garage years ago, that was an old stomping ground. I believe that was back in New York. She said, there was a gender neutral bathroom. I used it. Remember, there are stalls, not like men's bathroom.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay. I don't get it, but help me out.
I didn't know.
There are stalls not like men's bathroom. Oh, toilets. Like, because in the men's bathroom, well, they probably have toilets too.
They have both.
Like to sit down. Yeah.
Yeah, they have urinals and then they have stalls.
Yeah. They like to sit down too. Absolutely. Okay.
I thought it was something else. Okay.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Miss Linda. Yes, thank you all so much for tuning in. We are out of time.
Yes, we are.
Co-hosts, we've had a phenomenal time with you all this week. Thank you all so much for all your comments and your enlightenment, sharing all your information. I learned something new today for sure. Roaches on the toilet. Ooh, child. Now I'm going to be really looking back. I'm going to really look back. We weren't able to get all our topics out this week, but stay tuned next week. Of course, we're going to bring you some more information. Please have a phenomenal week this week. Shakira, do you have any last comments that you would like to say?
Stay cool.
Stay cool.
Stay cool.
Stay cool. Yes, I'll say the same thing. Yes. All right, for another week, Mama said it. Woo! There'll be days like this. Mama said it. Woo! There'll be days like this. Mama said it. Wee! May y'all have a phenomenal week coming up. And please play the lottery if you can. $2. You may hit that $300 and something million jackpot. Call me if you do. All right. Have a good week, y'all.
Thanks, everyone. Yes.
Thank you for tuning in.